a 23-year-old medical student, was brutally assaulted and gang raped in a moving bus. She died after the incident, but there was huge outrage across the country. The government had to come out with a new anti-rape law under which punishment for rape was enhanced. But even then, there have been many cases of rape that have been reported over the last few months, and that is why a lot of people over here are angry that despite stronger laws, nothing really has happened. Rape cases have only gone up. So that's the sense we are getting over here, and more people are expected to join this protest as the day progresses.
Samir Hashmi there. Well, Mumbai Police Commissioner has described the incident as reprehensible. But how are people reacting in India? Let's find out. We'll take you to the world's newsroom now. Tom Donkin is there. Tom, I mean, a lot of shock about this, isn't there?
Yeah, Karen, welcome to the world's newsroom. And a shocking crime of this nature is always caused outrage. But what's even perhaps more shocking is, as Samir just mentioned, 9 months after that watershed, what was seen as a watershed moment in India, when in Delhi that woman was horribly attacked and later died. And our team at BBC Hindi are following the story very, very closely. One person that's doing that in particular is our presenter, Neha, and her programme will be going out in just a couple of hours' time, so it's good we can catch her before that happens. Now, Neha, this actually happened in Mumbai, and okay, Delhi is a notorious place, it's known as that, but Mumbai is seen as safer. It's the home of Bollywood, it's very cosmopolitan. Is there more shock this time about where it's happened?
I think there is definitely an element of shock to do with the location, because like you said, traditionally Mumbai has been considered to be much safer for women, but that was a few years ago. In the last few years, many incidents have been reported from Mumbai as well. And, again, we are seeing that whole replay of what happened in Delhi. And then after that, lots and lots of protests. There's massive anger and a lot of frustration that what's the point of people coming out and protesting, raising their voice and anger against the situation, if since Delhi rape case, now it's in Mumbai. In these 9 months, almost every fortnight, cases are being reported from one or the other place. So those are the kind of sentiments we're feeling.
We've been talking about the comments that have been coming through about this from India in particular, and I'll just read some out if that's okay, because this is quite interesting, because they're all from India, these comments, because they're on our BBC Hindi Facebook page. Let's just take a look at 3 of them. So we have Ajay, who says, firstly, women need to think of their safety themselves, and secondly, men need to change their mindset. Bradesh says, give them the death penalty. Quite simple and quite a stark comment there. And finally, Faisal says nothing will happen. They might be put behind bars for a week or a month. And Neha, that last comment from Faisal was quite interesting, because it sort of indicates a lack of faith in the system. Is that what you're hearing as well?
Absolutely. There is a real sense that what will anything change at all? In December, this kind of pictures that we saw from Delhi, from across India, people gathering, expressing their frustration. After that, even laws were tightened, stricter punishments were introduced. But there is a genuine concern about implementation. Fast-track courts have been put in place, but Delhi rape case, it's been 9 months and still there has been no verdict. And so I think there is a genuine concern about implementation. There is also concern about, having faith in the system, because there is really not much faith in the system. 35 people were rounded up in this particular case in Mumbai. And there were comments on our Facebook page where people said, well, why 35? Someone will just be tortured in and asked to admit. So there is quite a bit of skepticism about how actually, things are being conducted. Safety for women, security for women has always been a big issue, something which affects people across India.
Okay, help me understand something here. We hear that some cases of rape in India go unreported. Now, why is that?
I think there are several factors for it. There is a lot of concern regarding victimization of the victim. So, either women are asked to just compromise, or, there is a sense of probably they will be shamed, they will bring shame to their family. That's a very strange notion, but it does exist, where many times people just think that it might not be right for them to make a complaint. The other thing is, some people say that with issues like very low conviction rate as well, kind of deters a person to go out and make a complaint. I mean, just last year, almost 25,000 rape cases were reported from across India, only 25% conviction rate. And this is as compared to almost 250,000 crime against women cases being reported across India. So the scale is massive, and conviction rate quite low.
Thank you very much, Neha. And Karen, obviously a massive problem for India, and as these cases come to the fore, a lot more that the authorities need to do, and public outcry obviously calling for that.
Yeah, indeed. Tom, thanks very much for bringing us up to date on that distressing story from Mumbai.